day. Sunny Stevenson County. Great view. A lot of history here. Lincoln was here a long time ago. You're here now. Lincoln's here permanently. I'd like to share that with the public. Make this a place to come and see the captain and learn about the history of Northwest Illinois during the Blackhawk War. And be reminded of Lincoln's values and how he helped guide our country in time of stress. And let us not forget our values now.
I'm Brigadier General Jasper A. Maltby.
I am Mrs. General Mary Rawlins.
I'm Major General John Aaron Rawlins, who's General Grant's Chief of Staff.
And I am Mrs. General Shetland's wife, Annie Shetland.
And I am Brevet Major General Augustus Lewis Shetland.
We are Civil War generals, and we're here for a presentation of the Captain Lincoln statue that's going to be dedicated, which is regarding the Blackhawk War, which was, I believe, in 1832, a couple of decades before the Civil War began. But to add color to it, as there are not that many reenactors from, I believe, the Blackhawk War, because it was such a brief war. They've asked the Galena generals to come here, and so we've had, I believe there's going to be 4 of us. General Grant should be here later to join us for the presentation.
A lot of people to thank. I thank the citizens for really supporting it, supporting the project, believing in me. It's been 8 years. And all of you that were on the bus when it started, thank you very much. We have the 1 o'clock, the Freeport JOTC going to come march up the road. I envision the flag kind of marching onto the battlefield, led by a drummer, followed by the Galena Generals, and possibly Battery G from Rockford. They'll come up, they'll raise a flag, national anthem, shell stub. There'll be a prayer and pledge allegiance. And then the MC will introduce Bill Hadley, and then it reflexible. Several politicians will be speaking. Myself, Larry Stebbins will introduce me. Larry Stebbins is the former Savannah mayor. That was my hometown. Larry and I also wrestled together. So he's giving me away.
Hello, welcome. I'm Adam Modero. I'll be your master of ceremonies for today's event, ushering in the various speakers and dignitaries that we have visiting this dedication. I can't tell you how thrilled I am to be here.
First of all, I want to, on behalf of the county board and myself, I want to welcome the honored guests and ladies and gentlemen for this important event for Stevenson County. This is a great day for Stevenson County, unveiling of Captain Lincoln when he was 23 years old. You know what's so amazing about this is that Captain Lincoln was 23 years old when he brought the burial detail up here. And just think, 26 years later, Abraham Lincoln was back in Freeport on the debate square.
I'm honored to have the privilege of representing the hardworking people of Illinois 17th Congressional District. I am thrilled to have Jay Castro's majestic sculpture to pay tribute to one of our state's greatest leaders, Abraham Lincoln. I would like to thank Mr. Castro for sharing his talent with all of us and for depicting a portion of Lincoln's life that is not often told. This will not only allow us to expand our knowledge of Lincoln's endeavors, but to honor all of his contributions to our state and our nation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Certainly an honor and a privilege to be here today. Don't worry, I'll be brief. I want to share a couple of personal stories, though. Today, seeing all of these people here today in support of the Kent Monument and the Blackhawk Monument, there's more people here today than I've ever seen in the 40-some years that I've been coming here. When I was a sergeant on the Sheriff's Department, this is certainly part of the area that we patrolled, and it became an area that became dilapidated, kind of a forgotten part of Stevenson County. And it's just interesting with Jay's vision of what this site is turning into from a historical significance. Jane and I were honored to dedicate a small version of this statue to the Presidential Lincoln Library in Springfield. For those of you that know, they don't necessarily take every artifact, even though it's a Lincoln thing, because they have so many things. Interesting enough, they didn't have any statues or anything from Lincoln at this point in time. So it's interesting that here we are almost 186 years to the day that then Captain Lincoln came here to bury those soldiers. So it's certainly a distinct privilege and an honor to recognize all the contributors, all the volunteers that made it happen. But more importantly, I salute you, Jay Castro, for your vision and your in imagining this project and what this is going to do for Stevenson County in the future.
I first crossed paths with Jay Castro during our grade school days in Savannah. We did not attend the same school, but we shared the goal of all young boys, summer vacation. Our paths continued to cross over the years as Jay would stop in his hometown of Savannah. Paths that led Jay home from the very many decorated tours in Vietnam, where he served 3 times, in the U.S. Navy. A career that included stints as a frogman, deep-sea diver, river patrol sniper, marine mammal dolphin handler, and a member of SEAL Teams 1 and 8. Ending with his retirement in 1998 as Navy Reserve SEAL Warrant Officer. He's the father of 2, the son of Lupe Castro, and married to, in his words, the beautiful Georgianne. I have the honor to cross paths once more and introduce my friend, Raymond J. Castro.
Thank you for coming to honor the Captain's history here in Stevenson County, now his permanent home. Take a moment to notice the new grass, the whitened soldiers' monuments, their flags, refurbished fence, the laid bricks. The sculpture project would not, could not, have been completed without its citizens.
132 years ago, a crowd of approximately 2,500 gathered here for the dedication of the monument behind me. Today we probably have the most people gathered here since. This is both a festive and a solemn occasion. As happy as we are to see a new and glorious statue of Abraham Lincoln arise, we also need to remember that we are dedicating it here amongst those who gave their lives in that war. And we need to remember to give credence to the Saukee and Fox Braves who gave their lives for a belief that many today might think was just. The Blackhawk War was such a conflict. It was this initial success of being voted captain that propelled Abraham Lincoln into greatness.
Welcome, friends. Jay and I had a conversation. We should keynote this event, and as we took pictures on the periphery, I said to one of our friends, I said, remember the 1908 celebration at Debate Square? Somebody took a picture of the group assembled. This is that picture for the next generation.
I just want to mention one thing about the Vietnam War, where the sculptor Jay and I served, and that is how heartening it is for a fellow Vietnam veteran to come to Kellogg's Grove to see another Vietnam veteran succeed so well. When we got back in the 60s and early 70s, many of you remember that. It was not a welcome homecoming. We've done better with our veterans, men and women, of the Gulf War and Iraq and Afghanistan, and we're still doing that, realizing that they're putting their lives up so the principles of Abraham Lincoln can continue to survive in our nation. So, Chief, congratulations for being such a great veteran from our war. We're so proud of you.
An artist visions all this years ago, and it, I taught art, and there's a thing there that you can envision something and you can possibly draw it. But another step is take that idea to two-dimensional, to three-dimensional, and then actually create it, and then expand the size, and that's the result. Abe Lincoln. I want to also thank the models, George Butts. I'm sure now George can live forever as Abraham Lincoln. We used Hunter Barney's hands and part of Greg Hawk's body. Again, I want to talk about body parts, but we were measuring the nose, measuring the distance between the ears, measuring the eye hole, or the ear hole, measuring the width of the eye, and then Jeff Adams from Ian Bronze and Mount Morris saw math, converted to a different size metric wise, and Greg, being a math teacher, goes 1.0, use 1.05. So we were taking George, who's I think 6'4", and the sculpture's 7 foot, so we had to make that conversion. But Greg had it tip of his tongue, helped out a lot. So it was fun doing it. Had a lot of kids from the community help out, put clay on there. We had some pictures of them doing the work. But they can say, when I was with my dad, I saw the sculptor doing this Lincoln, and I helped out. So that's kind of a cool thing. The obelisk was erected, I believe, 1869. And then alongside there's a National Historical Marker plaque. The Virtue family helped do that. So it's a National Historical Registered place. So is Washington Monument, among the other things. So this place needs to be seen. Lincoln history. This is Illinois. This is our bicentennial. There's been a lot not happening for our bicentennial. Kind of a disappointment. But Lincoln was here when he was 23. And he came back to debate Douglas, so he was here twice. And I wonder, what did he think coming back debating Douglas when he probably reflected back and said, I was here a couple of years ago burying these guys. And then the Civil War comes along, he's burying 55,000 at Gettysburg. So this definitely had to have some sort of effect on Lincoln. But 16th president from Illinois, and come up and see him. Tell him hi.